As always, there are a lot of crazy things happening. And wait until you hear some of the stuff that Donald Trump talked about, because of course he is always in the headlines talking about a lot of wild stuff. And that's not all. There are a lot of other crazy topics to get into in today's show. But listen to this right here, what Donald Trump said. And he talks about how they may have to force themselves upon certain areas in the United States to quote unquote give them the help they need, especially as we get closer towards the World Cup and the 250th celebration of America.
58 years because of us. And really, Chicago should call and say we'd like help. New York should call. They've had a lot of problems that we want help. Los Angeles should call and probably will. I think they have to. Now, we're going to have to do something when it comes World Cup time, and we're going to have to force ourselves upon them, which we have the right to do, because we don't want to have any crime. We don't want to have any problems for the Olympics and the World Cup, and even for 250. So with all of that...
So to me, that sounds more like dictator speak right there. I mean, with what he's saying, forcing himself upon certain areas. Well, the troops, I'm guessing, forcing themselves into certain areas to give them help. Because remember when he sent the National Guard to California? I mean, come on. This is all just setting the stage to make things seem as normal as possible when it comes to the eventual police state that these people so badly want. Because these people want total control by any means necessary. And that's not all. It really seems like they are really going full steam ahead with Project Bluebeam becoming a reality, because Matt Gaetz was just on a show with Benny Johnson talking about how there are alien breeding grounds. I kid you not. Aliens breeding with humans. I mean, do you all see where all of this is heading? Because as I have already stated, aliens are demons. This sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but here we have it. We have them continuing to set the stage for the coming mass deception.
I think the most important information will be the biologics that are not human that have been discovered. And like even some of the briefings that aren't classified just need to be out in the public. I mean, I had someone come and brief me who was in a military uniform, worked for the United States Army, that was briefing me on the locations of hybrid breeding programs where captured aliens were breeding with humans to create some hybrid race that could engage in intergalactic communication. An actual uniformed member of the United States Army briefed me on that.
Non-human biologics, interracial alien mating? What the F is going on? Look, wait a second. You had whistleblowers tell you this kind of thing? Can you please unpack that?
Yeah, I had a guy who was uniformed. He was a senior enlisted with the United States Army. Came into my office in Crestview, Florida, in a non-classified setting. I had members of my staff there, and what they explained is that the military ran a very secret program where aliens that were living were in forced breeding programs with humans that had been abducted from war zones and from even the caravans of migrants. Now, again, I didn't verify this, but what the whistleblower was telling me is that there were like between 6 and 12 locations around the country where this happened. And what he wanted was a group, members of Congress, to all show up at the same time at all of these different locations so that any of those activities could not be moved. And of course, it's a physical impossibility to get members of Congress to simultaneously show up at like 8 locations at one time. And so that never occurred.
What do you mean non-human biologics? Like this?
Well, that was the testimony of David Grush before the House Oversight Committee, yeah, which I joined. And the testimony was that in crashes of craft that had been recovered by the CIA and through a special program that the CIA had for crash recovery, that it wasn't just, the hard materials, it was also biologics, but that they couldn't identify a human source of those biologics.
So they are setting the stage for the coming mass deception, talking about how humans are breeding with demons pretty much. I mean, come on, it's right there for everybody to hear, to listen to. They are literally telling you more and more about what they have in store and what they have planned in the near future. And I believe that AI is going to play a pivotal role in all of this too, because what better way to deceive everybody than to show them that, hey, the aliens are here and they are going to use all of this different technology that they have at their disposal. This also sounds kind of like the Nephilim. This is what this sounds like to me. I mean, it is all lining up. These people are showing you their true colors, what they have in store in the near future. And then you even had this right here, Senator Babbitt saying, I wish I could say more, but unfortunately, everything I know about the alien hybrid program is classified. Let's just say some of you would be very surprised who is not entirely human. That's all I'm authorized to disclose at this time. There is a movie coming out soon called Disclosure Day. So you have all of this disclosure happening, all of this discussion about aliens and stuff like that, UFOs, and the list goes on. And now you have this stuff right here where they're talking about hybrid programs that the government has been doing where it involves aliens breeding with humans. I mean, you can't make any of this up. And if that's not all for sci-fi for you, look at this right here. R3 Bio is working to grow headless human bodies to harvest organs for research because Trump is phasing it out to where you can't experiment on animals anymore. So, hey, they are going to grow headless human bodies instead to harvest their organs. I mean, does anybody see the issues with all of this stuff going on? Because again, this really sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, but this is what is really happening. I mean, this is just more and more disclosure coming out. You first have Matt Gaetz talking about this with the hybrid programs. Now you have this stuff right here. I mean, when will the madness end? I really don't know. I mean, it's just getting more and more crazy as the days go on. It really is. And if that's not all, Iran says that it will target U.S. tech companies in the Middle East. I mean, this is just more fear propaganda because, again, it's all about doublespeak. It's all about order out of chaos. Iran is part of the show, just like Trump is and everybody else involved in all of this. I mean, look right here. Iran says it will attack major U.S. tech companies across the Middle East, including Apple, Microsoft, Google, Meta, NVIDIA, Oracle, Tesla, HP, Intel, and IBM, according to sources from The Hill. I mean, honestly, this is more ways to distract everybody. This is just more ways to create fear and panic because, again, these people thrive on this fear. These people thrive on this panic, and they also want to do all of this double speak too, because you have it being reported that, oh, everything's okay, and then you have it being reported otherwise. So you have all of this double speak, all of this confusion. And again, this is all for a reason because these people are about confusing everybody, keeping everybody on edge by any means necessary because they want to give everybody a false sense of hope and security. And then they want to sweep the rug right out from underneath everybody because, again, these people thrive on all of this stuff right here. They are agents of chaos. They are agents of confusion. They are agents of fear, and the list goes on. And then you even have Trump treating all of this like a joke because, again, It is a joke. All of this stuff is all part of the world stage.
The government threatened a bunch of U.S. companies today in the region, including Google, Apple.
With what? What did they threaten them with? PB guns? Or
well, that's
they don't have much left to threaten.
My question for you is, are you...
I don't know. I mean, what are they... You made a statement. What did they threaten them with? I don't know. Tell me, how did they threaten them?
Well, all I know is that they threatened them, sir.
What does that mean?
Fair enough.
He said something nasty?
Is the government in touch with these companies? Are you helping to backstop them?
You don't even know what the threat was. What was the threat? I haven't heard it. What was the threat? Did they say they're going to blow them up? They're going to hit them? They're not. You know what they're not going to do? They're not going to hit them with a nuclear weapon. Yeah.
Is this something you're concerned about, sir?
No.
Iran's IRGC issues a warning that they will target 18 U.S. technology companies if the U.S. continues targeted assassinations of Iranian leaders beginning on April 1st. Those companies include NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft.
Most of those people are dead already. Yeah, Peter?
I got one.
So just like you heard, Trump is treating it like a joke because, again, it is a joke because it is all part of the world stage. It is all about order out of chaos. It's all about total control by any means necessary. These people are puppets. And then you even have Trump saying, oh, we're probably going to be in Iran for just another 2 or 3 weeks. That's it. Nothing to worry about here, nothing to see here, because again, this is what these people do. They constantly do doublespeak. And again, like the Bible says, and I'm paraphrasing the scripture, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And this is what you are seeing.
Nothing to do with that. What happens in the Strait, we're not going to have anything to do with, because these countries, China will go up and they'll fuel up their beautiful ships and they'll leave and they'll take care of themselves. There's no reason for us to do it. We hit them hard. We got rid of a lot of the radicalized lunatics along the Strait. But if they want something, but I would say that within 2 weeks, maybe 3, we're hitting them very hard. Last night we knocked out tremendous amounts of missile-making facilities. We, as you probably read or wrote, we knocked out. Excuse me?
Pardon me for interrupting. The U.S. will be gone or done with the war in 2
I think
weeks?
2 or 3 weeks.
Not 3 weeks. If it is
We'll
3
leave
weeks,
because
then it
there's
will
no
be
reason for us to do this.
definitely.
Look, problem with the Strait, a guy can take a mine, drop it in the water, and say, oh, it's unsafe. It's not like you're taking out an army or you're taking out a country or they can drop it. Or you can take a machine gun from the shore and shoot a few bullets at a ship. Or maybe an over-the-shoulder missile, small missiles. That's not for us. That'll be for France. That'll be for whoever's using the Strait. But I think when we leave, probably that's all cleared up. Today I heard tremendous numbers of ships were sailing through.
And this is what I'm talking about with a double-minded man being unstable in all of his ways, because look at this. The United Kingdom is set to deploy more troops to the Middle East to provide support in the war against Iran. So you have Trump saying, oh, it's going to be another 2 or 3 weeks. And then you have reports like this right here. I mean, do you see how they continue to do all of this doublespeak? It's by design. They want to leave the public in confusion. They want to leave the public with this false sense of hope and security, when what they are really doing is they are purposely collapsing everything because they want to bring in their new order system by any means necessary. This is why you have all of these things happening all at once. And I do believe that the Project Bluebeam is going to tie into all of this too. I really do. So it goes hand in hand with the rest of today's show. And if that's not all, look at this. Average U.S. gasoline prices have now hit $4.02 a gallon, up 10 cents from last week and $1 since last month. So this is just more ways to collapse everything because they want everything to get so out of control. They want everything to be as pricey as possible. They want to break everybody's will. This is why gas is going through the roof. Food prices are through the roof. I mean, everything is through the roof at this point. And again, it's all by design because these people are madmen And we are marching closer and closer and closer, as I've stated in a previous show, towards Agenda 2030. You will own nothing and be happy. This is why you see everything switching to digital more and more and more and more, because all of this stuff is going to tie into the eventual digital ID and everything else that they have in store in the near future. But as always, please like this video, comment down below. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. And this is Truth Seeker signing out.